Kieran Trippier to Newcastle. It's a here we go. Deal done and completed. Kieran Trippier is expected to fly into England and do a medical with Newcastle today. And later today evening, he's expected to be announced as a Newcastle player. Welcome to you, the Rokani Football Podcast. It's our first video of the day, and we are here to bring you loads of the news that is really trending into the transfer market in there for you. Yesterday, Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Kieran Trippier set to join Newcastle from Atletico Madrid as expected. Done deal, and here we go. New ownership, first signing completed after negotiations started in December. Club sources talk of £12 million plus add-ons as per season. Sky Sports Keith, you know Keith, him very well in there, that he does that transfer, the football transfer show. Final fee not yet clear. That's what he really came out and said. That is Fabrizio Romano in there for you. And Newcastle's first signing is Kieran Trippier in there for you. Welcome to Newcastle. Welcome to a club that really has a very good reputation and name in there. And I really feel like he has really made a very right choice, because at Newcastle he's really going to get enough playing time, and the likes of Gareth Southgate, the manager of the national team, because each and every player is now focusing onto the World Cup in there. So coming in at Newcastle, save it from really relegation. After saving it from relegation, what you do is, one, you have to play into the Premier League again. And you know that when you help Newcastle not to be relegated, what happens? You're really going to get in good new signings in there, because some good signings from Newcastle, some good signings that would have joined Newcastle right now cannot come in because of the position in which Newcastle are into, because they are placed like second last. They are the second last on the bottom of the Premier League table in there. So what does that show you? That he has really made a very big risk, but I know he is going to start instantly in there, because Eric Croft, that has been playing into that area of Newcastle, I think the manager doesn't trust him. At his age, that is Kieran Trippier in there for you. He's like 31 years plus in there, coming in at Newcastle. He comes in with experience, because a team like Newcastle right now needs a player who's really going to really direct them on how to go on with the situation in there. However much Kieran Trippier has never been in such an atmosphere, because he was at Tottenham Hotspur and they are really thriving left, right and center. But I really feel like it's good to see him come. And the best aspect of him is when you have strikers like Callum Williamson, who are really good in the air, plus Maxman in there for you, then a signing of Kieran Trippier is good, because one of the perfect crossers of the ball from the right side in there is Kieran Trippier. He is good at crossing that ball in there. That is Kieran Trippier in there for you. So he comes in at Newcastle. He brings good delivery from the right flank in there. Secondly, he's a good deliverer of corners. If I told you, really have a very good set piece coach who is really going to help Newcastle do good set piece training ups in there, then Kieran Trippier is that man who is really going to come out. He can deliver that ball, especially where you want it to be. That's why the English really were referring him to as a new David Beckham in there for you. Though he's not yet at the level of David Beckham, because David Beckham did it in there. Because David Beckham was known about this when he was like 18, 19. Until his late 30s, when he was still playing the game of football, David Beckham was still that player who could really come up and do the needful and really surprise us with those free kicks and long balls in there. But Kieran Trippier started it in his mid-20s, 23, 24 years in there, 25. So that's why we've not seen more of him, and that's why he left Tottenham Hotspur and went to Atletico Madrid. He helped Atletico Madrid to lift the La Liga last season, 2020-2021, and they won that La Liga in there after a very long time, because it has always been Barcelona and Real Madrid in there who have been really sharing that title in between themselves. So a player who goes by the Kieran Trippier coming to Newcastle is such a very good signing, and we, the Manchester United fans, are really happy, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the ex-manager of Manchester United, was so much interested in Kieran Trippier. He wanted Kieran Trippier, and I was asking myself, what the hell did he see in Kieran Trippier that Diego Dello doesn't have? Because Diego Dello under Ragnick has proven that he's really a good crosser of the ball. Yep. And defensively he's improving, and going forward is better. So what Aaron Wan-Bissaka was not giving you, Dello has shown us that he can give it to you. Secondly, how can you release a player who is just 20, 21 years? By the time Jose Mourinho signed him, was one of the promising right backs in the world, and then you let him go because he came in at the age of 18, I remember. You let him go and you replace him with a 30-year-old in there for you to come in and try to do what even Dallo would have done. I really thought that it was not good, but I think what was running into the brain of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was simple: getting Kieran Trippier such that he teaches Aaron Wan-Bissaka to really deliver that kind of ball. And I'm asking myself, amongst all those players, that the ex-players at Manchester United that were under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as managers, Carrick, McKenna, Darren Fletcher, no one could teach Aaron Wan-Bissaka to bring in such a cross. So we United fans are very, very much happy to see to it that this deal has happened and Kieran Trippier has headed to Newcastle, but it's now happening today, and Fabrizio Romano just an hour ago, he has gone ahead to Twitter and said Kieran Trippier deal now done and sealed. Paperwork have been signed between Newcastle and Atletico Madrid, medical to be completed right now, and then official statement in place. Here we go, confirmed. Trippier will be announced as the first signing of the Saudi ownership. Remember, this consortium came up and took over Newcastle. It was really a very, 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 very hard deal to come up. The Premier League teams didn't want this thing to come up because they thought like more competition is coming into the league, and I really feel like if they allowed it to happen in 1994 or 1993 on Blackburn, it happened on Chelsea, it happened on Man City, it happened on Aston Villa. Why don't you allow it to happen on a team like Newcastle? Let more rich people come into the Premier League. Let players like Trippier be signed, and let's see more competition in there. This is arguably, it's not even arguably, the best league in the world. And the monies that are really going to increase into this team are really going to create competition. We who support Manchester United really love this because we have the good players, we have the money, but the club is not run as a football club. It's run as a brand to promote brands of football players. We are no longer all about winning trophies. That's the board, and that's what the board is all about. And what is really going to expose this board more is teams like Newcastle coming in and becoming direct competitors with Manchester United because they failed to turn Manchester United as a football club, as it were during the era of Sir Alex Ferguson. They failed to turn it. So teams like Newcastle, I wish 3 more rich people could come in and take over. Even Southampton was taken over yesterday. Now I feel like another rich man should come up and take teams like West Ham. I think I want the top 10 to be competing at a level of what Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester City, you get West Ham, those 7 players. I think we should add on more triple teams. One has already been added, that is Newcastle, and we remaining with 2 teams in there to compete at that high level such that we really see quality football and expose people who are teams like Arsenal and Manchester United, their owners, who are here to make money. They are not running them as a football league team. You get? So this is what I'm calling for. Thank you, Newcastle. Get in more players. I don't want this Newcastle thing to be relegated. You get? I really want them to stay in the Premier League and see how it's really going to go on in here onto the Rokani Football Podcast, because lots of things are really going to be unveiled in this league when players like Kieran Trippier come on, and the coming of Kieran Trippier is going to give confidence to other players to really come on and sign for Newcastle. There is another forward that is really interested in coming to Newcastle in there, and he's going to be signed in the next 2-3 days. So I really feel like it's going to be a very busy January transfer window for Eddie Howe, the manager of Newcastle, in there, and I will feel like it's time for Newcastle to save itself in there, because last time, the previous time, it went back and came back in the Premier League, and I don't want to see teams like Newcastle coming out of the Premier League relegated in there. So Kieran Trippier coming in, their first signing, the first signing of the Saudi takeover. Then news coming in indicates that more 5 signings are going to be coming in Newcastle. So if you know, the likes of Jesse Lingard, they're on the radar of Newcastle in there. Anton Martial is being wanted by Newcastle. Donny van Beek is also wanted by Newcastle, and Newcastle feels like they can really come out and pay the amount of money that United is requesting them for, because I know United is requesting for like £6 million, that is the loan fee. Then later they will request you to pay his entire salary, of which Newcastle, on what they want, they can do that because what they want most is saving themselves from not being relegated. That's what Newcastle is all about, and it's Rokani Football Podcast. That is the Here We Go we've started with today. Kieran Trippier to Newcastle. Here we go, and it's a done and dusted deal in there. They're going to unveil him today, and more news is coming in here onto the Rokani Football Podcast. Yesterday, Everton finished the signing of Nathan Patterson from Rangers, and that Here We Go was already done in there. And I promise you that each and every Here We Go is going to be done onto this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. I remain Rokani David. Your reactions to Kieran Trippier joining a team which goes by names of Newcastle is welcome into the comment section below. I sign out for now. We've been broadcasting from the African Cover Studios, and we sign out for now. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. Me out. See you later.